So what is it that has taken us to where we are? This is what's happening. I want to talk about the systems that have taken us there, but the reason that now it has become, it seems like all of a sudden, this enormous suite of crises, and that is, we have gone, oftentimes the phrasing is, in my world of work, from existing as a small world on a big planet to a big world on a small planet. And what that means is, again, at one point in our very recent past, the human civilizational metabolism, our extraction and consumption and excretion, was very small compared to the planetary systems that envelop that civilization. But very recently, we have gone to a state where our human civilizational metabolism is now on par with, in fact, swamping the natural systems that sustain us. Let me give you some examples. Now, I apologize for this visual assault. I'm not going to ask you to look at these graphs in details. I want you to take them in total and just notice the shapes of the graphs are similar. In particular, what we're seeing is exponential growth, and that growth really takes off in the middle of the 20th century. This is a period of time we refer to as the Great Acceleration. Think of this again, the mid-20th century. What I'm showing you are intense changes to the chemical makeup of our atmosphere, and these are all greenhouse gases. And you notice they start to really skyrocket in the middle of the 20th century. Depletion of the ozone, which is absolutely critical for land life on the planet. The changes to surface temperature, the changes to ocean chemistry, particularly the acidification of the oceans, dramatically affecting the living systems there, the marine ecosystems. We see dramatic, intense acceleration of marine fish capture, shrimp aquaculture. These are shrimp farms off the coast, which are hugely polluting, and nitrogen to coastal zones, which comes from agriculture. Again, dramatically accelerating in the middle of the 20th century, as are changes to land systems, tropical forests, domesticated land, and the terrestrial living systems, the biosphere. So those are trends in the Earth system. Now let's take a look at the trends in socioeconomic systems. Let's think of these as people trends, and again, simply notice the shapes of the graphs, the exponential growth kicking in the middle of the 20th century. Population, to be sure, which is now past the inflection point and starting to level. Think of real GDP, gross domestic product, as a proxy for material and energy throughput. And think of foreign direct investment as a proxy for globalization, how we've gone from simply being regional and local economies to a fully globalized human civilizational system. Populations in cities, our use of primary energy, our consumption of fertilizers, our damming of riparian systems, our use of water. Paper products, think of as a proxy for forest impacts. Transportation, telecommunications, international tourism, again, think of as a proxy for globalism, global reach. And you see then a set of both natural and human system trends, all with the same basic pattern, this exponential growth dramatically accelerating in the middle of the 20th century.